Academy Award nominee for Best Animated Short, Hugh Welchman. Hugh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, man, listen, you're already killing me with that accent. Every girl is going to be swooning now for you. I stand no chance when I go in the pub and a guy says, yeah, I'm here. I'm done.
I hope so. I got to go to those pubs. What pubs should I be going to?
Well, I got to keep that under wraps, man. You're going to kill my action.
Well, I'm on the way to a party at the moment, so maybe I'll get some there.
Now, hey, buddy, listen, congratulations. We're very happy for you, Peter and the Wolf. I enjoyed the movie. And
thank you.
How excited are you to do something? And is this the first time you've been nominated for something?
It's the first time we've been nominated for an Academy Award, so that's very exciting indeed. We won the top 2 prizes at Annecy, and we were nominated for a BAFTA for this particular film already, but this was much more exciting than all of those put together. Wow.
So how long did it take you to make the movie? The movies, do you consider it claymation? Is that what it is?
It's stop motion, so it's a similar style to claymation, but we actually got silicone finishing and real hair and real fur instead of clay.
Well, that's no big deal, man. Half the girls in this town have everything you just described, but
yeah,
silicone, fake hair.
And it took us 5 years to make the film.
Wow!
Although 3 of those years were spent financing the film, persuading people that it was a good thing to do, and also writing it, because it was a very difficult film to write because of the fact we were writing to Prokofiev's score, and his original narration was only 3 minutes long, and the music's 32 minutes long, so we had to find another 29 minutes of story. But we had to do it exactly, we didn't have any control over when the characters appeared because that was dictated by the instruments in the film.
Well, the music was really great. Now, what's the kind of budget on something like this? It's 27 minutes. You worked on it for 5 years. I mean, that's really wild. They're putting up right now the artwork, showing everybody. What kind of budget is that?
We had a cash budget of $2 million.
Wow!
And it actually cost $3 million. But we made more sales as we went along and showed people bits of the animation, and they go, "Wow, yeah, we can give you some more money for that." So that's what it cost. And we had about 17 different financiers. The main one was Channel 4. In the UK, but we also had a collection of angels, rich individuals who gave us financing for it because they believed it was a great project and they wanted to see it in the Royal Albert Hall, which is where we premiered it.
Well, that's really wild, Hugh. So there's a lot of benefactors and people just for art's sake were willing. It wasn't a matter of what kind of return are we going to get on our money. It was just for art's sake and pride. Where are you from?
I'm from London, but the guys. I think they're thinking we're going to make some money out of the project as well. I mean, we've sold it to 40 countries now, and we've had it's out in the cinemas since Friday in the US, and it's going on PBS on the 26th of March. So it's finding its commercial feet now, and obviously the fact that it's Prokofiev's Peace of the Wolf, which is the most famous piece of music for children ever written, that kind of helps.
Well, it's being distributed by Magnolia Pictures with the other short films that are nominated, the live action and the animated, are in 2 separate programs, and you people should look in the calendar section of your paper, and they're on a separate bill at the movies, and it's really something different and great to see. And it's really a great story. I mean, it's Peter and the Wolf. It's a great story, great adaptation. The thing that I found amazing, they're posting pictures right now, and we'll play a clip in a second of it. But the eyes, the way you got the eyes, really blew me away because you're dealing with inanimate objects, and I felt like you were able to achieve real human emotion out of an inanimate object, and I'm not sure how you do that. How do you get it to the point where I imagine you're posing the doll, or how do you do that? And how do you get the eyes to look so it's beyond lifelike? They're almost 3-dimensional, and yet they look real.
The first drawing that we did was of Peter and the wolf, and we gave them the same eyes because, our whole thing was that there was this link between Peter and the wolf, which is like every boy's dream, really, to kind of be able to catch the wolf. So the eyes were made of beads, and then they were painted, and then we put glycerine on the top of them to give them that slightly watery, very lifelike feel. But what's kind of special about this was the way we made the models. We had silicone skin finishing, which made them look more real than you'd normally have, for puppet animation. And also the acting. I mean, in a lot of the shots, Peter hardly moved. It's much more still, whereas normally in animation, the characters, the eyes move all around the place, and they have very exaggerated and comical movement. And here, it was much more like... it was much more like Kirk Douglas style of acting,
Right. Well, the thing that blew me away was the grandfather. It was his the way he was rubbing his face, and they weren't manufactured motions. They looked very natural. The way he'd scratch his beard, or he'd look down, or he'd look at the kid with disapproval. How do you achieve that? Because is one of you a decision maker that says, "Nah, that looks phony. That just looks like we had him itching for no reason." How do you create that acting?
Well, we had this Polish animator called Adam Wierwas, who is just a completely exceptional animator. And him and the director Susie just had a really strong kind of creative bond, and so they basically worked it out between them. And Adam, is just able to bring this kind of concentrated reality to the puppets, and so it's really down to him, that kind of finessing of the details of the action.
Well, it was really fantastic. The thing that blew me away was when the grandfather was sleeping, and his body is breathing, and his chest is heaving up.
That was really exciting, and his hand comes over. That was the first shot that they animated in the whole film.
How did they achieve that?
When I saw that.
How did they achieve that?
It was just moving, a little bit at a time, frame by frame, 24 times a second, and it was just
wow.
We were using digital stills cameras, so we were able to preview as we went along. But it's really, that's what the art form of animation is about: is someone bringing something that's basically stuffed with metal, and silicon to life.
Right.
So yeah, it was just really the animators. Unfortunately, I can't take any credit for it at all.
Go ahead. They're not here. Who's going to know? Take the credit. Listen, you're going to take the credit.
It's down to me, yes.
If you walk up there and you grab that statue, you're going to take some credit, man. You're going to have a nice gold statuette. Take some credit. But I think I'm going to take Peter up with me. So yeah. Attaboy.
If we're lucky enough to get selected, then there'll be the model of Peter taking his bow as well.
Well, I'm very happy for you. The people listening are happy for you, and I'm sure they'll be excited Sunday when they pan the camera to everybody who's nominated. And we've had several people who are nominated on, and I think you have a real good shot. And well, listen, you got a 1 in 5 shot to start with, but I think that it's a classic story, and I think you did a really good job, and I love the music, and I just love the whole thing, and I'm not a claymation type of animation guy. I'm used to, I don't know if you got it there in the UK, there used to be a show here called Davy and Goliath, like really bad, Davy, type of thing. And it's come so far, and it's really an art what you guys are doing. It's spectacular. It's really spectacular, fun to watch. And I wish you luck, and this is out, and people, you can see it in the theaters. It's in theaters throughout the country and all over the world. Magnolia Pictures, go see it. In the shorts program, look for it in your newspapers. Hugh, I appreciate you coming on, and we're going to play a trailer for the film for everybody.
Well, thanks very much for having me on.
Okay, good luck, buddy. Bye-bye.
Okay, cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.